What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do the Bring Back the Intimacy for the sign of Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio, you are second on the zodiac lineup this week. Okay, remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal, so take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay, 18 and up only, please, as this is the Sexual Magic Tarot deck. Okay, so 18 and up because there is some frisky nudity on these cards. So if you ain't 18, you need to go that way. Okay, so with that being said, starting off this week, bringing back an old throwback that I used to do, which is my song deck. It's only for these four signs, okay, for some odd reason. As this week, you guys all started off with some type of relationship concerns or just vibe this week, okay? And so, Spirit said, bring out the song deck again, okay? Y'all obviously need some music in your relationship or just for yourself, okay? So with that being said, y'all know how it normally goes. We are still going to just pull three cards, one from the top, one from the bottom, and one energetically from the middle, to see where your energy is. And then we will pull one goddess card, which I already know what the card is for first time only. It is already this top card, as it did catch my eye. The second card today that caught my eye, same thing happened with Libra. That a card that I saw before starting the reading ended up coming out during the reading after I shuffled on camera. Okay, and then Divine Masculines, you will get a card, and then we will go ahead and pull four songs from the song deck for you guys, and you can of course pause between each one and write them down for yourself. I am not putting them in the description box, okay? Just pause, re-listen, rewind, whatever you got to do to get those songs down, okay? So with that being said, and that's, listen to them at your leisure, okay? So with that being said, let's get started. One from the top, one from the bottom, and one energetically from the middle for you guys, Scorpio, okay? Now I'm filling this one here. No bottom of the deck as we put these over here. Okay, and let's see what you guys have. Okay, so Scorpios, we have the Knight of Swords to start you off. Okay, we then have the High Priestess in the middle, okay? And then we have the Four of Swords, okay? Very interesting energy here, okay? As we have the Swords energy, I feel as though, Scorpio, you are going through maybe this spell of, how can I put this? Reminiscing in a sense, okay? While also laying down what it is that you like in your partner or a previous partner, okay? And what you want moving forward. Usually with this Knight of Swords, of course, we are talking about someone coming forward very swiftly, but this is talking about very dominating energy, as he is dominating her, pulling her hair, whipping, things of that nature, okay? Maybe it's something that you kind of portrayed even in public with people, how you have just this very domineering energy, and people have seen it as there's two people like hiding, in the lurch, okay, looking like, oh my god, type vibe. Maybe you like people watching, okay, as you dominate your partner. Maybe it's something that you did in the past, okay, but nonetheless, even out in public, you know, you just give this vibe of you are the one that's in control, okay, of the relationship. And so a lot of people maybe knew the type of relationship that you had, not that it was, you know, abusive, it was just very dominating energy, okay. Maybe you both like S&M type stuff, and maybe some people do about it, okay. Nonetheless, we're going to move on with this high priestess, okay. Either it's your person or you, maybe you're using your intuition in a sense where it's like you know who's right for you, or you know um, what either went wrong in your relationship, or what it is that you want moving forward based off of previous relationships. I've mentioned this in a few other signs readings, primarily I believe Aquarius, just, and I think in Libras a few weeks ago. um, just knowing exactly what it is that you want out of a relationship, even when it comes down to your sexual fantasies, okay. So you kind of do an overview of your past relationships and possibly know exactly what it is that you want moving forward in a new relationship, or what was missing from an old relationship, okay. With a Four of Swords ending it out here, okay. Hold this up for you guys, okay. um, Four of Swords is pretty much talking about usually just, like I said, reminiscing in regular tarot. But in this one, you know, it's again that dominating type vibe where you play this cat and mouse game, or, you know, this telling them to shut up type vibe. You want someone that is willing to be controlled or dominated by you sexually, okay. Like I said, not in an abusive way, it's just something that turns you on, okay. Something else that I'm feeling as well with this high priestess is that whoever you have in your life, or previously, maybe it's someone in the past that you've had, knew what you liked and did everything that you liked before you could even tell them what you like, okay. It's like they knew your body, okay. They knew how to please you in every single facet, okay, with this high priestess being here in the middle, okay. So I don't know whether or not if it was like two separate people, because the hair in these two cards is the same, but here is different, okay. So maybe, like I said, going through all of your relationships and comparing this person, whoever this is to you in the middle, this high priestess, knew you so well, like the back of their hand, okay. They could pretty much turn you on with their eyes blindfolded, okay. So they knew your body basically with their eyes covered or their eyes wide open, okay. And that kind of is what you are looking for, and maybe you're trying to go back to, okay, because there's no one like this person. They are seductive, they are alluring, and they shock you every time, okay. Whereas in others, not only can others let you dominate them, while this person does both. They can dominate you, they can give you love, they can let you dominate them, and they can take it and they can dish it back, but in a more sensual way, okay, which really turns you on, okay. Scorpio, I'm not surprised with the dominating vibe here, because you are the sign of that controls the genitalia area, okay. You are kind of the sign of sex, okay. So I am not surprised at this energy at all, okay. But I think it's time for you, Scorpio, to come to terms with who it is that you want to be with, okay. And whoever this person is to you, maybe it's someone that you need to return to, okay. So with that being said, like I said, with the Goddess card, we already know it's this top card because it is very alluring to me before I started the reading. And the goddess for the divine feminines is Athena. Okay, this is Athena portrayed on this card here. Okay, Athena is presented by the Greeks as the virgin goddess of war and wisdom, a symbol of courage and friendship. She often counsels warriors to gentleness. She is especially honored as a goddess of agriculture, the creator of the olive tree, the flute, the ship, goldsmithing, and shoemaking, and the goddess who introduced the yoke for the oxen and bridle for the horses. She is a patron of all useful and elegant arts. In Greek mythology, Athena is said to have breathed soul into the men created by Prometheus and to have helped Prometheus steal fire from the heavens to give to men. Athena is a wonderful affirmation that there are no limits to what a woman can do with her intellect and creative ability. Okay? Go ahead, okay? Scorpio divine feminines, okay? Or Scorpio, this could be a divine feminine in your vicinity in reference to this high priestess, okay? She is very multifaceted, okay? She's a goddess of agriculture, which to me screams out earth sign. It doesn't have to be, or they could have earth in their chart. We're talking about Taurus, Virgo, Capricorns, okay? And she breathed soul into men created by Prometheus, okay? So she is almost like a birther of ideas and creative ability, as she is an intellectual and a creative at the same time. As she had all these different things that she created, she can breathe the ability of creation into others, okay? And maybe that is what your divine counterpart or divine feminine has done for you, Scorpio, okay? Get in where you fit in. Like I said, divine masculines, I say this all the time, divine masculines, if you resonate with the divine feminine card, by all means get in where you fit in, and vice versa. Divine feminines, if you feel like you resonate more with the divine masculine side, by all means take that card with you. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to go into the animal spirit for the divine masculines card, and I'm feeling like we're going to go here with it. Okay, so divine masculines, you have the crocodile. Okay, the crocodile is a symbolism of opportunity, risk, fertility, and life. Alligators and crocodiles are creatures of the water, particularly fecund swampland, which suggests both fertility and the feminine principle of life and birth. They have often been associated with dragons, which appear in myths and legends as wily guardians of treasures and keepers of wisdom. Stories that have revolved around encounters with these reptiles have often involved a new opportunity, but one that always carries significant risk. As with many mythological reptiles, the crocodile is in this painting appears wise, menacing, and somewhat indolent. Okay, so divine masculines, I feel as though at this point in time, like I said, with your energy just being in this kind of dominating sense, or looking at your life as a whole when it comes to relationships, you do take a risk, and maybe in the past you've taken a lot of risk that were close calls, and maybe you see this person from your past or present, whichever one, get in where you fit in, as a risk because of the fact that you've dealt with so many different other types. Okay, maybe you've had nothing but bad in your life, bad relationships, and you feel like this particular person is got to be too good to be true, or whatever the case may be. But how will you ever know if you don't take the risk and take the chance? Okay, you seem to take calculated risk, Scorpio, in the essence of it benefiting you. Okay, and so while you are always asking for what you want, you seem to not be prepared for what it is that you are asking for. Okay? So, with that being said, you can't sit up here and pray for a new opportunity or a new chance if you're not going to be prepared for it. Maybe you should prepare yourself first before you ask for what you aren't ready for. Okay? That's just my opinion. All right? So, with that being said, don't manipulate the situation, okay? And maybe that is what you did in reference to this person, okay? You did a lot of manipulating, and maybe that threw that person off, and you decided to, maybe hold that person on the back burner until you were ready for them, okay? And that in itself is also a risk because you could miss your opportunity with this high priestess, okay? So, with that being said, let's go into the song deck. I'm going to do the same thing like I did in Libras. I'm just going to spread these out, okay? And I'm just going to randomly pick 4 cards, just 4. And whatever those song choices are, by all means, go listen to them at your leisure, okay? With your person or by yourself, as it feels as though you are more so in a contemplative state than anything, okay? So, I am feeling this card right here. Let's see what we have. Ask of You by Raphael Sadiq. Okay, that's all I ask of you is in the song lyrics, but the song is called "Ask of You" by Raphael Sadiq. Okay, from Tony if you don't know. Okay, next, feeling the vibe of this card here. So Into You by Tamia. So Into You by Tamia. Okay. I love this song deck because there are some very dope throwbacks in here. If I do say so myself, these songs were channeled to me from Spirit. So I always get kind of giddy when I pick any cards from out of here. Okay. There's one here that I was vibing for. BFF by Raheem Devon. BFF by Raheem Devon. Okay? So maybe this person gives you everything that you could ever dream of. What's the hashtag? My husband is my best friend, or my wife is my best friend. You're looking for this BFF, okay, is within that person, okay? This possibly this high priestess or someone from your past, okay, is where you need to go, okay? The last song choice is What You Say Boo, or Do, by John B, okay? Do, What You Say Boo, okay, by John B. One of my favorites, okay? So, Scorpio, that is all that I have for you guys. Your song choices again are Ask of You by Raphael Sadiq, So Into You by Tamia, BFF by Raheem Devon, and Do What You Say Boo by John B. Okay? So that's all I have for you guys today. Until your next reading, peace.